All right, episode 20, Darkness Falls. This is a great episode. This is an episode that I remember very well. So these loggers vanish. So Scully makes a joke and it says that, what do you think it is, Bigfoot? And Mulder makes another joke about like choking down flannel and all. I love it. Their banter back and forth and her like trolling of him and his like witty retorts. I love all that stuff between them. It's like what makes their relationship so wonderful on screen. So they find that these eco-terrorists are coming in and screwing things up for these loggers, but we later find out that these loggers were cutting down trees that they were not supposed to be cutting down. And when they did, they unleashed these little, creatures, whatever the hell, and they were on one ring of the tree. So during some period, hundreds of years ago, these things were trapped in this tree. And when they cut it down, boom, they come out, they cocoon them all, and they suck their fluids dry, and they're like mummified in there. It's really cool shit. It's almost like curing. That's more like it, more than mummified. Maybe mummified, something like that. But anyways, yeah, their skin, they're like rock hard. They look like they've been cured. And then they catch one of the eco-terrorists. He's the only one left of the eco-terrorists, and he seems to know what's going on. But the one cop that's with him, the forest ranger, doesn't believe a word he says because he's always constantly fighting against them, and he thinks he's a murderer and all this stuff. So he doesn't listen to him when he tells him that these things are out there and that they'll kill him and that they're afraid of the light and all this and that. And that guy ends up dying, of course, in his truck as he's trying to get out of there, which he doesn't bring keys with him. Really? Come on, man. If you're gonna hike that freaking far, which we know it's far because by the time Mulder and Scully get there later, it is like almost nighttime. I don't know. This episode distorts time a little ridiculously to me. Like, it just seems like it's never daylight for very long. And of course, in an episode called Darkness Falls, which is also the name of that Tooth Fairy movie, right? It needs to be dark more often, so it's fine. Mulder has to trust that this dude's going to come back for him, and everyone, Scully and the other guy, which the other actor here, I really liked him in this a lot. I know him from other things, but I can't think of his name, and I can't think of what else he's in, but I really like that actor, so I think he gives a good performance here. But he kind of chastises Mulder for believing in this guy. Like, you don't know this guy like I do. He's not coming back for us. He was the only... And Mulder's like, you know what, we had zero chances of hope before. Like, now we have at least one. And it's like, no, we have less than one. It's like, he took the last of the gas. So I totally understand where both of them are coming from. But ultimately, Mulder was right. As usual, the guy does come back for him. And even though he does, they end up getting caught up in it. And they almost die. I mean, that recovery team, when they came in and saved them, they would have been screwed. And this is kind of funny to me because they want Mulder out of the game. They want him gone. They want him dead. So they should have just canceled that order and came a little too late. And boom, Mulder's dead. And he's not a martyr anymore. Like, he wasn't dying under... well, I guess it would be very odd circumstances, but he died in the field like normally, like they think they would. So they should have just called it in and been like, no, let that dude die. But yeah, this is such a great episode. So a lot of fun to revisit it. And yeah, let's move on to the next.